Hello everyone. Today this story is calling the history of Christmas is a fascinating 2,000-year-old journey. It didn't start as the monolithic holiday we recognize today. Instead, it evolved from a blend of ancient solar celebrations, Roman festivals, and Christian theology. 1. Ancient winter solstice roots. Long before the birth of Jesus, Europeans celebrated light and birth in the darkest days of winter. Many people rejoiced during the winter solstice, when the worst of the winter was behind them and they could look forward to longer days and extended hours of sunlight. The Norse, Scandinavia, they celebrated Yule from December 21st through January. Fathers and sons would bring home large logs, which they would set on fire. The feast lasted until the log burned out, which could take as many as 12 days. The Romans honored Saturnalia, a holiday in honor of Saturn, the god of agriculture. It was a hedonistic time where business and schools were closed, and the social order was inverted. Slaves were given temporary freedom and treated as equals. Mithraism. Romans also observed the birth of Mithra, the god of the unconquerable sun, on December 25th. 2. The choice of December 25th. In the early years of Christianity, Easter was the main holiday. The birth of Jesus wasn't even celebrated. In the 4th century, church officials decided to institute the birth of Jesus as a holiday. Interestingly, the Bible does not mention the date of his birth. While some evidence suggests it may have been in the spring, Pope Julius I chose December 25th. It is commonly believed the Church chose this date in an effort to adopt and absorb the traditions of the pagan Saturnalia festival. By the Middle Ages, Christianity had largely replaced pagan religion. On Christmas, believers attended church, then celebrated raucously in a drunk, carnival-like atmosphere similar to today's Mardi Gras. 3. The holiday that was once banned. In the 17th century, a wave of religious reform changed how Christmas was kept. When Oliver Cromwell and his Puritan forces took over England in 1645, they vowed to rid England of decadence and, as part of their effort, canceled Christmas. In early America, the Puritans were equally orthodox. From 1659 to 1681, the celebration of Christmas was actually outlawed in Boston. Anyone exhibiting the Christmas spirit was fined 5 shillings. It wasn't until June 26, 1870, that Christmas was declared a federal holiday in the United States. 4. Reinventing Christmas in the 19th century. The Christmas we know today, focused on family, peace, and gift-giving, took shape in the 1800s. 2 major influences drove this change. Washington Irving, in 1819, he wrote a series of stories about Christmas in an English manor house that depicted the holiday as a peaceful, warm-hearted tradition that brought different social groups together. Charles Dickens, in 1843, Dickens published A Christmas Carol. The story's message of charity and goodwill toward all humankind struck a powerful chord in Victorian society and helped define Christmas as a holiday centered on family and generosity. I will honor Christmas in my heart, and try to keep it all the year. Charles Dickens, A Christmas Carol. 5. The evolution of Santa Claus. The figure of Santa Claus can be traced back to Saint Nicholas, a 4th century Greek bishop famous for his kindness and secret gift-giving. Sinterklaas, the Dutch brought the legend of Sinterklaas to New York in the 18th century. The visuals. In 1822, Clement Clarke Moore wrote A Visit from St. Nicholas, known today as the night before Christmas, which gave us the image of a jolly man in a sleigh. The modern look: political cartoonist Thomas Nast drew the first modern Santa in 1881, and the image was further popularized by Coca-Cola's advertising campaigns in the 1930s. Today, Christmas is both a peak religious holiday for billions and a worldwide cultural and commercial phenomenon.